And hello everybody, welcome on back to another episode of Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. You know, it's been multiple games since I played Revelations, and I still almost defaulted to Revelations, and you know, that's not quite what we're looking for. Oh, let's see. Where do we need to sail to next? Over here? Ah, yes. It's like brains are always just such a fun and weird thing, because it's little things like that it's like, you know, why am I still thinking Revelations after having spent about 20 hours in 3 and then also probably another close to 20 hours here? Ooh, we're getting the rest of the creed. Everything is permitted.
Jesus, Addy, what the hell happened here?
You happened here, Edward. The damage you caused 6 years ago has not been undone.
That was 6 years ago?
I'm not an easy man to call a friend, am I? Is that why you're here?
To fight beside a man so driven by personal gain and glory is a hard thing, Edward. And I have come to feel the assassins and their creed a more honorable course. Have I been unfair?
No. For years I've been rushing around taking whatever I fancied, not giving a tinker's curse for those I hurt.
Finally, it's clicking.
Here I am, with riches and a reputation, feeling no wiser than when I left home. Yet when I turn around, look at the course I've run. There's not a man or woman that I love left standing beside me.
There is time to make amends, Captain Kenway.
Mary. Before she died, she asked me to do good by her, to sort out the mess I made. Can you help me?
Like, if not for me, do it for her.
Mary was fond of you, Edward. She saw something in your bearing that gave her hope you might one day fight with us.
Aye. She told me.
And what do you think of our creed?
It's hard to say. For if nothing is true, then why believe anything? And if everything is permitted, why not chase every desire?
Why, indeed.
It might be that this idea is only the beginning of wisdom, not its final form.
That's quite a step up from the Edward I met here many years ago.
We love growth, finally.
So what do you think?
It'll take some getting used to.
The trumpet.
The second attack this month. I should have moved this village long ago.
I brought all this upon you years ago, but I will stand by you now.
It will take more than a few favors to call yourself a true assassin, Edward.
One thing at a time, mate.
But I look damn good in this, this hood, though. It's cool that they brought back the rope dart for this. Interesting that it took so long for it to come up here, though. Seeing a man so close to not being able to redeem himself finally be able to redeem himself is my favorite. Oh! Yikes. I am sorry. That one. So hold Y and then... Yeah. Screw you, buddy. Actually, no. You deserve to die. Good. Congrats.
Soy de un pequeño pueblo de Extremadura y estaba destacado en un pequeño... ¡Venceremos a esos gusanos!
Sorry, buddy. It's crazy though, it's like we're getting to the point that this is almost over, and so for context, you know, a little peek behind the curtain, it's only been like a couple days, not like a couple days, but like I've probably done all of this game within the past week, my time, if that.
Kills are all they deserve.
Oh, don't you worry, everyone knows that I'm... Oh! I'm nothing if not quick and clean. Although you should hear my rap albums. No, I can't. You know when you say something and you can so clearly tell that it was like you were not meant to say that? That said though, it was like, with a bunch of the stuff I've been listening to, it was like, it was making me realize that, you know what, if I really took the time, I could probably learn to have some good, like, just flow overall. I was like, and my dumbass brain is really good at coming up with bars and whatnot, so it's like it'd be very, like, not gonna lie, it'd be very white and nerdy, but you know, it would be fun. And sometimes I was like, you know, what's the point of making music if not to have fun? You really hit me with a bomb. Like I said, like, especially with a lot of the stuff I've been listening to, is like there's just a lot of fun lines, and there's like, it's very clear that everything should be about, you know, enjoying yourself. And again, I think that's something that I've learned from here, right? I was like, it should all be about making music that's fun for you, making stuff that you enjoy, not like, don't give a shit about what anyone else wants you to make. Like, make stuff for you. Because that's the only way you're going to make stuff that you're truly happy with, you know? I was like, it's that thing where it's like, obviously it seems like it should be something that's very straightforward for being the case. You know how easy it is to trap yourself in to acting a certain way or being a certain way instead of just like being what you want? Like, especially in the time that, you know, I've been kind of out here on my own as an adult, like, I'm someone that has faced so much pressure to be a certain way and perform a certain way, and I was like, sometimes it's just, you don't need that, you know? Like, sometimes you just need to realize that, like, do what you want, get what you want out of life, because at the end of the day, it was like, you're the one that has to deal with it. Also, I really like this memory, by the way. But again, you know, it was like, it's all about getting what you want out of things, not giving a shit what other people make you feel like you have to do.
And once more, you have our thanks, Edward. You are welcome here.
Thank you, sir. I'll rest here for a time before setting out, if I may. How's her child?
She is a strong woman, but not invincible.
Edward. I'm sorry for your loss.
If I'd stayed in prison, they'd have taken him from me. He'd never be alive. Maybe this is God's way of saying I'm not fit to be a mother yet. Carrying on like I do. Cursing, drinking, fighting.
You are a fighter, aye. In prison, I heard stories of the infamous Anne Bonny and Mary Read taking on the King's Navy together. Just the pair of you.
It's all true. Anne would have won that day if Jack and his lads weren't passed out in the hold from drink. Edward. Everyone's gone, aren't they? Mary, Raccoon, Touch, all the rest. I miss them so. Rough as they were. Do you feel that too? All empty inside?
All the time.
I do. Devil curse me. I do.
That's why I do this instead of therapy, am I right?
I know my targets by
Dang,
sight well enough,
1721, huh?
but how will I find them?
We have spies and informants in every city. Visit our bureaus and the assassins there will guide you.
That fixes Torres and Rogers. But Bartholomew Roberts won't be near any city. Might take months to find him.
For years. But you're a man of talent and quality, Captain Kenway. I believe you will find him.
Man, what a long
And if
way
you're at
from
a
where we
loss,
started.
Don't be afraid to call on your quartermaster for aid.
Oh yeah, that's my homie. Oh
Our
wait,
present course.
Due west, Captain, if it's still Kingston we're sailing for.
It is indeed, Miss Bonny. Call it out.
Weigh anchor and let fall the courses, lads! We're sailing for Jamaica!
so wait, what's Ade's position now?
How does it feel to bark so loud?
I've barked louder, and to men twice as rough,
Tending bar at the old Avery, you mean?
among other places. And I sailed with Mary and Rackham for a time, remember?
Of course.
Mary did most of the captaining, Jack did most of the drinking.
Did Mary... Did she ever tell you who it was that fathered her child?
It was a young fella. Sailed with us on that last voyage. Poor lad was killed fighting beside us. The only man not too drunk to stand up for himself.
There was so much about her I didn't know. I called her a friend,
Ugh.
but was I one in return?
She thought the world of you, Edward. I've no worries about that.
Well, that's good to hear.
It's always a little like reminiscing things like that give me chills because I'm like, oh shit. Edward being like, I was maybe not the best to her, huh? But, you know, it was like, good old, like, sometimes too little, too late. But she caused a lot of growth in us, and it's like another important lesson to learn from something like this is like sometimes, you know, it takes something big in your life to actually shake you enough to realize that maybe you should be doing something different than what you are. The big thing is like, honestly, that's a completely human thing, you know? It's so easy to be caught up in stuff like that, but then you realize at a certain point, like, you know what? I was like, even though I could have done better sooner, and maybe it was something big that actually made that much of a difference for me, I was like, that's totally okay to understand and be aware of. So I was like, sometimes you gotta learn to validate yourself. I think that's an important thing with life, is like learning just how to validate yourself as time goes on, so that way you're not stuck being like, oh, but, you know, like a lot of people have a problem with understanding that, like, your problems are valid, even if they're not as big as other people's problems, because at the end of the day, it was like comparing your problems to other people is only going to do you more harm than good, right? So it's like, take the time to realize, like, hey, you have your own problems. That's okay. Now, obviously, don't try to make yourself more important because of your problems, because then that's going too far in the other direction. But I was like, if you're dealing with something in life and you have problems with it, whether it's something big or small, I was like, keep in mind that you are allowed to feel overwhelmed and burdened by things, and use it as a way to be like, hey, let me be kinder to other people, because if I'm kinder to other people, they won't have to deal with the same thing that I have had to deal with.
Captain Kenway,
You have something for me?
the present whereabouts of the Templar Woods Rogers. He is attending a small political function, so do it clean.
The word is King George is calling Rogers back to London.
Aye, not happy with his progress in Nassau.
Still too many pirates roaming about, from what I hear.
You'll need a disguise to fool the powderheads at this party. I suggest the visiting diplomat, Ruggiero Ferraro. He's been on our list for some time.
Understood. Will you send this to England for me?
Aye, the ship leaves tomorrow.
Caroline Scott Kenway, Hawkins Lane, Bristol.
The Italian diplomat. Ooh. Yeah. So anyways, I was like, that's kind of my big thing that I will always stand on, is finding the right balance of validating yourself, but then realizing that regardless of what problems you have, no matter how big or small, let it use you to, or you should use that to be kinder to people. And hopefully, you know, make things easier as time goes on.
Va bene. I am ready. We go. Rest assured, value is what you get.
Like, because I promise you, it was like, if you learn how to handle your problems and then also use that same energy, it was like, not only will everyone be able to, like, make the world more bearable in general, but you'll just feel a lot better at the end of the day. Like, I don't know, unless you really just hate people in general, it's like,
No expression of joy, no aesthetic plan.
like, being kind and just making other people's lives easier is just such a genuinely rewarding thing, even though it's not always easy.
Battle with no sense of decorum.
Let's see.
What's the matter? Are you lost?
No, are you lost, bucko?
Idiots. You are all idiots. How you English believe you can subdue the world is beyond me.
God, I hate this guy. It's always fun too, because I really do feel like I could go through and make a video essay and just kind of detail a lot of stuff that I pontificate about.
Praise God for imported wine. Who can drink rum more than once a month? Mio Dio, it is revolting.
What?
The wretch hereabouts.
Oh, come on. Ah, you son of a bitch. I hate it here.
Va bene.
And I have to follow them again. Gosh dang.
If you're not entirely satisfied,
Gosh darn dang that game. It's so funny because it's like, if I really took the effort, I know I could censor any swear I do, just because I was like, I don't really feel a desire to curse, it just kind of happens.
there is no
But it's pretty easy to make like an active effort not to curse.
expression of joy, no
Come on.
aesthetic plan.
It's funny because it's like my boss at work, I realized, like, we had a conversation about it. My boss, like, actually just doesn't curse at all.
With no sense of
And so it's always serious, like, if she does happen to use a curse or even, like, get close. And it's just so funny to me because I'm like, I grew up with parents that cursed all the time, you know? I was like, so I don't think anything of it.
Idiots. You are all idiots. How you English believe you can subdue the world is beyond me.
Yeah, we get it. You're better than everyone. You're gonna die, so, like, enjoy feeling better than everyone for just a few more moments. Yeah, in case in point, it is very easy to be like, I'm better than everyone, and then...
Who can drink?
Got him. Your clothes belong to me now, sir. The real question is can I pose as Italian? It's also kind of interesting the fact that it's like...
Salve. Forgive the lateness of my arrival. I am Rogerio Ferraro.
Aye, Mr. Ferraro.
Wow.
Not a problem.
You know? Pretty nice switch up. Say you did a pretty good job.
Gentlemen, a toast to my brief tenure as Governor of the Bahamas. For under my watch, no less than 300 avowed pirates took the King's pardon and swore fealty to the crown. And yet, for all my successes, His Majesty has seen fit to sack me and call me home to England. Brilliant! God bless the fucker! Therefore, hooray! Hooray for the ignoble and ignorant prigs who rule the world with sticks up their asses! Hooray!
What, do I know you?
Where is a bench?
And how is Mrs. Rogers these days?
I haven't the faintest idea, and I don't intend to inquire any further. We separated almost 5 years ago, and both our lives have been the better for it.
Oh,
Forgive my curiosity, Governor.
oh, they're making out over there.
Hand it later, when the remainder of my reason has...
My bet is this is the spot that I should be at if I want to kill him from the bench. Ah, yes. Just like this.
To get caught in the middle of...
He was a privateer once. How is it you lack so much respect for sailors only trying to make their way in this world?
You couldn't possibly understand my motives, cretin! You have spent a whole lifetime dismantling everything that makes our civilization shine.
But I do understand. I've seen the observatory, and I know its power. You'd use that device to spy and blackmail and sabotage.
Yes. And yet all for a greater purpose. To ensure justice. To snuff out lies and to seek truth.
There's no man on Earth who needs that power.
Yet you suffer the outlaw Roberts to use it.
No. I'm taking it back. And if you tell me where he is, I'll stop the man.
Here at the edge of a blade, I find a friend in you at last.
Principe, you mad bastard. Our best sources say Principe.
Oh, hell! Need to get out of this! Stop, I tell you!
Stop battalion. That's it. That's so funny. Guys, get him. He's an Italian. I always just love when it's a little goofy like that. Do 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 do.
It's done.
Where now?
Grab your kit and pack well. We're sailing for Africa.
You know, also, if I'm honest, pretty ballsy to have the bureau just kind of like set up. Also, I really like this memory. We're keeping up with that bit until the very end, as long as I remember. Oh. Sorry, buddy. They were getting ready to attack me. I had to. It was self-defense. Actually, not. Let's see. Can we? Yeah. No. Yeah. Let's just fast travel here. Yeah, like, I'll be honest, this is definitely one of the coolest costumes, in my opinion. Like, I think in the whole series as I've played it so far, because I'm like, I like the classic assassin's robes, don't get me wrong. But having, like, an assassin's robes kind of, like, set up like this is just... Like, I like that they go through the effort to stylize everything for the time frame that they're in. So, you know, the Revolution, we get to see one thing, and then we've got our stuff where we get to see, you know, the pirate version, and I guess, I mean, it was a privateer, but I don't actually know enough about this time frame to tell you specifically what a privateer is. I know, I guess, like, to my knowledge from context, it's just like a private, almost like a mercenary, maybe? I don't know, we could look it up. Man, I love having just access to searching anything at any point. What is a privateer? A private person or ship that engages in maritime warfare under a commission of war. Oh, so literally, yeah, just mercenaries. So it's like hired as mercenaries to work for a cause during times of war, and see, I like that every now and again I sometimes know how to figure out what's going on, and I sometimes know what I'm talking about. Because I try not to talk out of my ass as much as I can. I try to be educated and try to just keep myself on the straight and narrow, but there's also been plenty of times where in my life it's like I've been misinformed or uninformed or not had context for things. And then you hear about it and you're like, oh, huh. Who would have thought that this was the case unless somebody had either pointed it out or something had given me a reason to look it up. And like, I've learned a lot recently about, just like a lot of different things, and we don't need to upgrade. We're already near the end of the game. It's fine.
Captain! Here's one still kicking!
Who did this?
It were a large vessel, the Royal Fortune.
Roberts.
Offered no quarter, didn't say nothing.
Ah, I recognize this boat anywhere. But I don't know. I'll admit, I've always been just kind of a nerd in the first place, and it's like I like knowing about stuff, and I like having knowledge of things. Because it's fun. It's nice to take the time to like learn about a bunch of stuff and, you know, really figure it out as time goes on. Like, what's the point of living if you're not actively trying to grow and evolve and whatnot, you know? Because I think that's always a funny thing about people too, where it's like it's easy to grow stagnant, right? It's easy to not push yourself and I was like, it's easy to just not like push yourself and let things just kind of go by the wayside, but I think part of being like a responsible person is pushing yourself to learn and educate and, you know, not get trapped up in the same stuff over and over again. And like I said, I think one of the main things for making yourself a lot happier in life is giving yourself credit for the fact that like growth happens at different rates for everyone and different things grow at different rates, you know? Like, because there's a lot of skills out there, especially as we get more into like AI and whatnot becoming kind of an issue. Like, it's figuring out that, like, you know, maybe you shouldn't have everything be so reliant on being completed by AI. You should know how to do stuff yourself, and then I was like, because I get it, right? I was like, I've never been extremely talented when it comes to art. I've wanted to be, but also it's like I recognize that the people that I look up to when it comes to art and stuff like that have put in so much work and very large portions of their lives to growing and developing their artwork, and they still do it on a consistent basis. And I believe that, honestly, I was like, it's a skill that can be learned.
You're the gaunt remains of a man I sent to hell.
You know, I was like, art is one of those things. Was like, I do believe that some people are just naturally gifted at it, but I also believe that it is a skill you can learn and work on and develop. And you know, it was like nothing is gonna ever beat that desire to work on it. Like I said, now some people may have a way easier time, because like there's a lot of people out there that would have an easier time than I do, especially because I don't really have a good brain for actually visualizing a lot of stuff. So I have to work harder if I want something to actually like look good. I have to like force myself to use a lot of extra references and take my time and whatnot, which is not something that like everyone has to do.
I have got inside him. I have a good shot at him. I have a clear shot. I think I can hit him. I have a good shot at him.
Oh, well, that's one way to get me into the water. Yeah, I was like, because for me, I was like, it's weird how my brain works, but it was like, I am a lot better at actually creating things based upon
The way is blocked, Captain. We'll have to find another path.
I'm a lot better when it comes to writing. Like, I like words, I like taking the time to set up elaborate scenes and connections and whatnot.
That storms from the bowels of hell. Steer clear of that, Captain.
So Like I said, it was like life is always just kind of a mixture of figuring out what it is that you actually are not only good at, but what also you like. Because I will say too, it's a lot easier to do things that you genuinely enjoy than it is to force yourself to practice something you don't want to really practice. Oh, please. Oh, we don't have any mortar shot, that's why.
Working on it. We're ready, sir.
Like I said, I mean, I've always truly enjoyed writing, and like I remember, you know, even when I was in college, when everyone else was using computers and whatnot to take notes, like I always took them by hand, so I've always enjoyed that. Like I have pretty decent penmanship and whatnot. And then not to mention either, like, huh, some unlikely allies. Ah, it's fine. What's, you know, is like, and then also for a long period of time, instead of actually doing anything, like paying attention to notes and whatnot, I was like, I actually spend a lot of extra time writing and developing stuff like that. And even as an adult, where I've like taken a lot less time to write, now when I write, I feel a lot more confident. So like, if there's anything else I would suggest is like, find some friends that actively like make you want to create. Which, you know, easier said than done, but...
No. There's a device with him that needs taking. I'll have to board her myself.
Man the guns! There's more fodder for you coming!
Okay.
Drag them to that dude!
Yeah, I mean, it's so easy to just chalk it up to be like, well, let me use a tool to make life, make certain things easier, so that way I don't have to put in the work. And I was like, I don't know. There's obviously a lot of different views that you can have on AI, and I've talked about it before a while ago.
How can I not be impressed by the attention you paid me? May the best of we two sing praises of the second.
That's not even... That was not who was highlighted. Like I said, so I don't believe that there's really any easy way out for stuff like that. I was like, if you want to create things, I was like, put the time into it. And again, another thing that I was like, even if it takes time, like you'll feel so much happier having put the time into it. Because like, nothing's more fun too than spending a lot of time developing a skill of some sort and then watching it actively like pay off, you know?
A merry life and a short one, as promised. How well I know myself. And what of you, Edward? Have you found the peace you seek?
I'm not aiming so high as that. For what's peace but a confusion between two wars?
Oh, you're a stoic then. But perhaps I was wrong about you. She might have had some use for you after all.
She? Of whom do you speak?
Oh, she who lies in wait, entombed. I had hoped to find her, to see her again, to open the door of the temple and hear her speak my name once more.
Talk sense, man.
Oh, I was born too soon. Like so many others before.
Where's the device, Robert?
Destroy this body, Edward. The Templars. If they take me...
Goodbye, my not friend. That definitely killed some of my crew and tried to kill me multiple times and made me go a long way to find... Oh. That's not really fair of them to do to me, but I really like this memory. Let's see, where do we need to go next? I also think it's interesting that those missions are the ones where they actually happen to let you regen health while on the ship. But I think it's a balance thing, because they probably didn't expect everyone to go through the grind to actually upgrade their ship past a certain point. So I can imagine it being their kind of back-end solution. They're like, okay, well what if we made this easier for you? Or what if we gave you a little bit of a break that you wouldn't normally get from cruising the high seas? Plus, you're not interrupting the flow of combat to, like, take down a separate ship and then repair and then hope that that gets you where you need to go. Which overall, I think it's a smart choice, because it would be a lot more tedious of a game if it weren't for that. Alright, well. Yeah, I was like, please take out your swords. Yeah, I just realized I did that whole fight on the ship without my swords as well. Which, I mean, the hidden blades are kind of OP on their own anyway, so that's not big of a deal, but... Oh, yeah. Oh, hey there.
Ah, Captain Kenway. I'm assuming this is the friendliest face you've seen since dropping anchor?
Is Havana under curfew on my account?
Aye. Torres seems to think someone's coming after him.
Why would he think
He's not
that?
wrong.
A monkey-looking thing? Is that what I think it is?
Aye. Watch. Through the blood of the governor, we can see through his eyes.
Oh, so that's crazy because
it's the church.
It's also portable?
Keep this safe. Just in case.
I'll be at the bureau. Good luck.
Also kind of crazy to think too that you wouldn't know anything about the background of these characters if you hadn't done the like extra Templar missions. That's cool. Yet again, another thing that I know that I would have never actually done in my playthrough back when I was a, you know, kid playing this. Again, little things like that that you gain so much more appreciation for as an adult. Especially when you can actively take the time to you can actively take the time to view it through a different lens and actually understand more of what's going on and like the actual depth that's here. Because I think it's really easy too a lot of the time to just think like, ah, it's an Ubisoft game, blah blah blah, they just, you know, run here, do this, run here, do that, but there's no way you... all these years and yet still just as bad at stealth. That was actually a better position to be in anyway, so it's fine.
Señor, disculpe, pero ¿por qué tenemos que entrar ahí? Ya han enviado a la mayoría de la flota.
¿Estás cuestionando una orden directa, soldado?
No, señor, pero es que...
Bien.
Yeah, imagine questioning orders.
¡Atención!
You going off left? R. Okay, cool.
La ciudad entera en alerta por esos asesinos.
Calla. Un rubor acaba con la confianza más rápido que una bala. Ni menciones a los asesinos.
No te muevas.
Uh-oh. This is... Why is this always how this turns out to be? I just jump one direction wrong and then... I have to now kill 20 people to... Oh, there you go. Luckily, the game is kind to me on this end.
Marcus! Oh, jeez! You bleeding animal!
Gracias, señor. Esos prisioneros.
Holy shit.
Continuemos. Vosotros, seguidnos. Y esta vez no vayáis a meter la pata.
I mean, I guess I'm lucky that I didn't have to see that, but... Seeing him do it through the wall is almost kind of scary. Well... Not quite the ideal, but... these guys with their fucking bird eyes are so annoying. I'm just trying to... do what I can. Oh, they're actually just ignoring that body at least, so... That works. Da, 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 da. Sometimes it is really tempting to actually, like, jump in and assassinate these people, even though I know it's the exact opposite of what we're supposed to do. But it's like they just make it so tempting where it's like, you could just push the button. And it's almost like they know, they're like, we know you want to push the button. Oh, no, no, no. Nope. No, God. This is not what I want. Optional objectives, stay out of combat. I'm glad that popped up. In the middle of me being in combat. Just absolutely getting my ass handed to me too, and they're like, alright, well, here we go. What? Why are you out of... Why are you out of combat? Okay. Alright. No, that's fine. Literally just middle of the fight just took me out of fighting and fucking put my weapons away.
Alto ahí. No te muevas.
This pirate bears the blood of many innocents.
Why? Why is it, why does it have to be so... so much more difficult than it needs to be?
Alto, quiero.
Stop being everywhere that I'm trying to go, please. No! Okay. Alright. Dang, really? The game is not cooperating with me in the slightest right now. Please. Okay, I was gonna say, I was like, this has to keep going this way, right? Like, it would be my kind of luck for it to just decide, actually, no, you can't keep going this way. We know it's an entrance and like an opportunity that we're giving you, but oh, well, the whistle didn't work at all, but that's fine. Just take care of you, because I already know that you're going to be the bane of my existence anyways.
You're done, Torres.
Oh.
Christ. This again, eh?
Ah, nice try, buddy.
You're a funny one up close.
Ow, you hurt.
No man's immune to a pistol shot, I reckon.
Oh. I don't have my pistols out.
How about a little bit?
Uh-oh. Your helmet's gone, buddy. Got him.
If you could speak, mate, it would gladden me to hear your side. You humbled me once, and I took that hard lesson, and I bettered myself. Die, knowing that for all of our conflict, you helped make a soldier out of a scoundrel. Leave this life for lasting peace. Down among the dead.
Wow. What a cool... Oh. What? Ah. Fun fact, you are still annoying. I was like, you could have not died too if you just decided to leave me alone and let me run, but instead he had to tackle me. And now I'm just, one by one, taking out every single person. Oh, this is gonna be one of those ones where it's like they're just gonna follow me endlessly, probably. Ouch. Ouch. Okay, cool. Because none of the climbing wants to work for me, apparently. Sorry, fellas, but I have a boat to catch. Oh, I do not have a boat to catch yet. I have to go back to the bureau. Oh boy, I sure hope that my skull is still there when I get there and not someone hopefully hasn't abducted it. Wait. The pet animal function is in this game too and I haven't noticed this whole time? Why do you guys gotta be everywhere? Don't you have anything better to do? Like what, are you like some city guards or something like that? Don't you dare. You did. And now look at you. Who? Hey guys, everything's going well. Don't you worry.
Torres left the city. Who were you chasing?
That vial was labeled Torres, but held the blood of his second. Where's he gone?
Left port this morning, heading west along the coast.
The observatory.
Will we follow?
Send word to Atabai. We've cornered our man.
Let's go. Yeah, we did not do any of those optional objectives, but I really like this memory. Me in the nursing home looking back at my life as I slowly die. I really like this one. Yapper a splinter.
What's this Torres doing looking for the observatory? When you're holding the treasure yourself?
Torres doesn't know I have it.
So why bring it to him and risk its capture?
I'd like him to know what happened, just before he dies.
Maybe a little bit of hubris, but also I think we've proven ourselves. I'm also curious too, so it's like, before we killed Roberts. He referred to the mythical her. I wonder if it is actually just like Juno or someone like that. Especially since we know Juno reaches out to a bunch of people within Desmond's bloodline. I was like, I'm curious to see if it is her that happens to be here, and she just obviously went by a different name because that's, you know, the different civilizations all had different names and whatnot for her. Yeah, I'm not gonna try and take you on, I'll be honest. Why is it in slow motion?
Aye, the Armada. That's Torres and his men.
And you're going to do what exactly?
Find our way past them.
They have us in their sides, Captain! Brace yourself! Brace for impact!
Like, if I keep it going this way, I was like... Because I know it says to face him head on, but I was like, if it hits me from behind, does it actually still do damage?
Hostile warship closing! That's the man of war, sir! We need to get closer! More sail, sir!
Stay out of range, Captain! Mortars, Edward!
This really feels like it's not going all that swell for me. We're gonna try and do what we can, though. Oh, come on.
Ready to fire! Take the shots up!
You know, for the game constantly telling me that I need to, like, upgrade my ship, I was like, I can actually take on the Man of War a lot better than I thought I would. Now, 2 of them might not be ideal. But I think we'll be fine. Especially if we can hit you with the little... The only thing that is very, like, peak mid to 2010s is how loud this part of the game is compared to everything else. And like I said, for whatever reason, they built the... They ended up making the, like, hunting portion of things really loud. And we'll just go ahead and do this. We'll hit you. There you go. We're just gonna pick up at least the half loot. Halved? Our cloth is full. Huh.
Ground on every inch of sail! Race!
We have Sorry, sailors, you can stay shipwrecked. Because, like, this is so much quieter, and then in the fight, like, I can't even hear myself talk. Ever a splinter. Just I was like, I think I might try and just finish the game in this setting. That way we can just have this video be the last one. Ooh, and we're switched to the...
He's a Templar, like Rogers and Hornigold. Men cooking up schemes to use the observatory for ill purposes. For power and control.
They switched the flag to the assassin's flag.
The violence he caused with this thing would be subtle but heavy. Deadly, yet leaving no mark. Does that make sense?
Like, if there was a drought and people was thirsty, and one man had a large cask of water but gave a sip to none, he'd be a killer with no blood in his hands.
Aye, like that.
Fair enough.
Let's go. I'm not really indulging myself, I would say, but...
Thought we might see some soldiers in the light. Maybe they've gone?
No, they're here. Deep in the jungle.
Also, it's like, poor Guardians, you know, I came in and beat everyone up single-handedly, and then now they have these guys that came in and causing even more problems.
Soldiers, just there. What should we do?
Well, we always do.
Jesus, look at all this. Corpses for miles.
They brought every ounce of menace they had.
Yeah, a lot of dead people. Ouch. Fell a little short on that jump, huh, Edward? Well, at least that part was easy to run through. I was gonna say, I can tell by the color shift that stuff's gonna be on fire over here. Alright. That's two of you. Now we go ever deeper. There you go. That way we hit you. And then we assassinate you. And then we hit you. And we pick up chests along the way. And then we'll not only kick you, but you also deserve to die. continue on this way. And so I was like, yeah, at least in death, your efforts are not in vain. Boom. Take care of you. Take care of you. Take care of you. And I think we took care of the prisoners. Not took care. We have freed all the prisoners. Wait, there's definitely 3 in that group. Oh, okay. I was gonna say, I was like, come on. It's like, what, just one more target for the... I think once we kill Torres, we'll have taken care of everyone, right?
What is it?
Later, Anne. I'll tell you all when this is finished.
I do love when there's routes like that where you can just kind of run through and get to be above it all. Like, it always is nice to see the pathways from like a different perspective.
Holy Mother of God. Is this the place we've come to see?
Aye. Stand watch here, and let none follow.
Fitzner that doesn't fight, aye.
Maybe that's what I should do. I should just start integrating I into my like daily lexicon. Oh. You know what? I'll put you out of your misery, buddy. It's also interesting because I'm like, I wonder what this means for this place, like, actively being... like, working like this. Should also try to figure out what my goal is for where I'm going right now. Oh, it's there. Oh. Well. Guess it did not like the... It really does not want me to jump to that platform, does it? There we go. Which I wonder, it was like, that might mean that there's a lot of stuff that's not actually really built all that much for jumping. Jumping across, or jumping from moving platforms like that.
Nuestro deber es quedarnos con Torres. ¿Dónde vas? Ese viejo conseguirá que nos maten a todos. Te castigarán por esto, cobarde. ¿Quién me va a castigar? ¿Un hombre muerto? Parece bastante. ¡Tú! ¡Alto ahí! ¿Qué ha pasado aquí?
Uh-oh. It would not be good if you happened to run into the thing that will literally set you on fire. Oops. Oh, that feels awful for you. Oh, Alright, well luckily I'm built diff, I guess, because that fried everyone else alive immediately, and me, I just tanked it. Tanked it like a champ. Oh. Dang, this part's really just, or this place is really just kind of tearing apart at the seams. Oh. I tried going sideways and it blocked me, so I'm trying to figure out. Oh. That didn't give me any warning, it just popped out. Alright, let's try that again. You have a treasure map which seems to link to this location. Equip the treasure map tool and find the treasure. Thanks, game. Yeah, I was like, this time we're just gonna wait. I know my luck. I also wonder too if there's really any definitive like person in the right when it comes to this stuff. You know, it was like the assassins versus the Templars and whatnot. Because like, in theory, it seems like the assassins should be the right ones, right? But then also it's like there's still bad actors in both, and it was like, and then when you play, you know, 3, Hatham seems like very convincing, like a way that he could be a good person, you know?
We could have taken power for ourselves and brought these miserable empires to their knees. There is so much potential in you. So much you have not yet accomplished. I could show you things. Mysteries beyond anything that you could imagine.
I could show you the world. Now we just have to wait for the cycles to line up, so we don't get ourselves fried instantly. I think this should be it.
Captain Kenway, ever a splinter in my side. Does this murder fulfill you?
I'm only seeing a job done, Torres. As you'd have done with me.
As we have done, I think. You have no family anymore, no friends, no future. Your losses are far greater than ours.
That may be. But killing you rights a far greater wrong than ever I did.
You honestly believe that?
You would see all of mankind corralled into a neatly furnished prison, safe and sober, yet dulled beyond reason and sapped of all spirit. So with everything I've seen and learned in these last years, I do believe it.
You wear your convictions well. They suit you.
Torres awakened something fierce. Are we safe?
With the device returned, I believe so.
What do you call this place?
Captain Kenway's Folly!
Good a name as any.
Hetzawol Tesu Tukila. Ka Wenen. We will seal this place and discard the key. Until another sage appears, this door will remain locked.
There were vials when I came here last. Filled with the blood of ancient men, Robert said, but they're gone now.
Then it's up to us to recover them, before the Templars catch wind of this. You could join us in that cause.
I will, but only after I fix what I mangled back home.
It arrived last week.
Oh. Ah, that doesn't look like good news. Probably. I really like this memory. I don't know why I find it funny every time, because it's not, but...
Wakey, wakey. I don't believe we've been
Oh.
formally introduced. Not in this era, anyway. I wish I could explain all this strangeness, but there isn't much time.
Okay, so it was Juno.
The short of it is, you saw my beloved Juno. And for a brief moment, I thought she might occupy this tender body of yours. But
Oh,
something
it's
went wrong.
John.
And now, she's back out there, adrift. Oh, she was magnificent once. One of a race of beautiful, wonderful creatures. They created your kind. Did you know that? Your people were tools to them. That's all you have ever been. That's all you should ever be. One day soon, I hope. For the world is nearly ready for her return. Wired. Prepared for a second coming. Uh-oh. Here they come. Those Templars. Or maybe assassins this time. Idiots. All of them.
Oh.
I envy you. It was her wish that I be here to greet her. It was her experiment that made it possible for my rebirth as one of these things.
Stay down! Get down on your back! Now! He's got a gun!
Guide me into the grave, beloved! I am your instrument!
Put the gun down! Drop it! Drop your weapon! Clear!
Got him.
Clear! Check his vitals. He's bleeding fast. Check the victim.
Are you okay? Can you hear me? Hello? Talk to me. You alright?
Kind of cool that they chose to be like very gender neutral with the main character.
There you are. Thank God. I hope you feel well. You look good. Can you stand?
I can try. Yep, we did it.
Good. Try walking around. A doctor came by, said there wasn't anything to worry about. That the liquid in the syringe was far, far below a lethal dose. I feel terrible about all this. About everything. All our evidence pointed to you, but it was John all along. God, the things we found on his computer. Whatever you need, we'll provide. You've done an amazing job. Speaking of which, our trailer is finished. Would you like to see it? I owe you that much.
Oh, thanks. I almost died because of you, and it's
I uploaded
like...
it to your database. You can watch it here or at your Animus. I think you'll love it. It really captures the essence of the era. Take care. And again, thank you.
Yep.
In a world where pirates rule the waves, These men will discover that nothing is sacred and everyone is committed to rum, plunder, and women. Hola, ladies. This summer, Abstergo Entertainment invites you aboard for the adventure of a lifetime. So sharpen your cutlasses, shine your hooks, and sail with the devils of the Caribbean. This virtual experience is not being rated.
That's that's so funny. Also, sticky note. Our purpose is not ours to achieve, but ours to be received, given by our graces and instruction. Death to the false fabricators of pleasure and indolence. Indolence? The old order must be restored, and the new order destroyed. True Templars dedicated to order and stability and peace through the application of her iron will, and not through the dulling satisfactions of pleasure and indolence. Thanks. That, just nothing's gonna ever be funnier than just in a world.
What now? Talk, you idiot! Look at the light! Isn't that the battery? I think that's the battery. Hello? Hello? Look, sorry about this. My name is Sean, and back there is Rebecca, my partner in crime. Hello. Bloody good work earlier. Honestly, I mean it. Delivering us all that data. It's really just too bad that our man on the inside was such a, how to put it? Fanatic. Fanatic is the best word, I suppose.
He was the sage.
Exactly. Well put. We saw in John an opportunity to burrow deeper into Abstergo's cloud servers, and I'm not ashamed to say we took it. Not realizing, of course, that he was enlisting you to help him. And to blame, should anything go wrong. I suppose it all worked out very nicely in the end. Most of it, anyway.
What Sean really wants to say is, if you're up for more hacking, we are too. John gave you level 3 security clearance before he died. You should use it. The assassins don't have the resources to pay you like the Templars do, but we'll make it worth your while.
Look, we should really cut it short, Bex. 20 seconds.
All right. Good luck.
Cheers, mate. And top-notch work. Really top. Give yourself a pat on the back. And happy hacking.
Thanks, buddy. I will definitely do that. I think that might be just kind of like a little cleanup thing I do after we get the credits to roll.
Gentlemen, how do you find it here?
It will work for us. But our goal must be to scatter our operations. To live and work among the people we protect, just as Altair ibn La'ahad once counseled.
Well, until that time, it's yours as you see fit.
Edward, Captain Woods Rogers survived his wounds. He has since returned to England, shamed and in great debt, but no less a threat.
I will finish that job when I return. You have my word. Evening, Anne.
Edward?
I'll be sailing for London in the next few months. I'd be a hopeful man if you were beside me.
England's the wrong way around the globe for an Irish woman.
Will you stay with the assassins?
No, I haven't got that kind of conviction in my heart. You?
In time, aye. When my mind is settled and my blood is cooled.
Sail ho! Coming into the cove!
You're a good man, Edward. And if you learn to keep settled in one place for more than a week, you'll make a fine father too.
Alright, but adventure awaits.
That ere I had, I spent it in good company, and all the harm that ere I've done
Wow.
So felt me, the parting glass. Good night and joy be with you all. Oh, that air I
God.
had, they're sorry for my going
Oh.
and all the sweet
Well.
air I've loved. They'd wish
Huh. What a hell of an ending.
more day to stay. But since it falls unto my lot that I should rise and you
You know, overall, what a genuinely just good game.
softly call.
I said it's not often that I really get sucked into doing things and, you know, taking the time to do like the extra stuff and whatnot. And even if I didn't do the full ship upgrades or anything like that, like I still did the extra Templar stuff and still spent enough time to make my experience overall enjoyable. Like I didn't really have any challenges with anything. And Julia was like, I think they did a wonderful job with this game. Like, it looks pretty. The story was genuinely really good. We got through a lot of,
Father, did you
they're
always
really
know
good
how to sail a boat?
The
character
Jackdaw's a
development.
ship, Jenny, not a boat.
But did you always know?
No. No, I learned after leaving Bristol.
After you left Mother?
Well, I didn't leave without saying goodbye, that is. It was an arrangement, you see, between your mother and me.
She said you left her. She said you always talked about sailing the boat and making money in the new world.
I did always want
Dang,
to sail
she
a
outed you,
ship.
buddy.
That's true. But not for a lark. But to support us. To take care of her. And you.
Not me. Mother said you didn't know about me. She said you worked only once a year and that she never knew where to find you.
That's all true, and I'm sorry for that. If I'd known earlier, I might have come home. I hope that I would have.
Well, you were busy. That's what I think.
I was, but that wouldn't have mattered.
Can I steal your boat?
Boat? I see no boat here. Do you?
I mean ship, obviously. I don't see the difference anyway.
Ah, it's a very simple one, Jenny. A ship can carry a boat, but a boat cannot carry a ship.
Why then, everything is a ship. Large and small. But for my toy boat, the one I take into the bathroom.
Got him.
That's a clever way of seeing it. Is it hard to talk about Caroline, Jenny? About your mother?
No. She passed some years ago. I miss her, but it's all right.
Was she in pain?
I don't know. I don't think so. She was very happy for quite some time. Then, not so happy. I didn't see her much after that. Then, she was gone.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry I wasn't there for you.
It's all right. You're here now. And we're on an adventure.
Only a little one, I hope. Can't handle too many more surprises.
Do you think we'll see a whale?
Yes, there's a very good chance.
And what about pirates? Will I see pirates?
No,
Oh, bestie, there's a...
not much chance of that, I think.
You're looking at one.
Sad. I should have liked to have seen one.
Tell you what, Jenny. As soon as these winds die a little, I'll let you steer the Jackdaw. One little trick of the helm before sundown.
Yay!
Get out of here, Award. Oh? Hmm. Oh.
Miss Jennifer Kenway, may I introduce myself?
Jennifer Scott, if you please.
I'm sorry,
My daughter was raised by her mother, Caroline, until she passed away some years ago. Jenny prefers to use her surname to mine.
Please forgive my ignorance.
I will. She may not.
Father, help me.
This little rascal, however, is a Kenway. What's wrong, Hafen?
I can't see the stage.
Up we go.
Oh, that's crazy.
How's that?
Okay.
Fine. But won't your arms tire?
Hey, I'm not so old as that. But if they do, then we shall quit this posh gig and go and meet your mother for some chocolate at White's. How's that sound?
Yes, please.
Okay, hush now.
Huh. Because I'm like also pretty sure that that's the theater that Hatham ends up assassinating that dude in the very beginning, right? Wow. Okay. Yeah, so overall, I genuinely think this is one of my more favorite games I've played here recently. For as much as I love the Ezio trilogy and whatnot, I think this game does a good job of having like a good balance of stuff to do, a good story, it's pretty, feels nice. They really changed things up after 3, kind of like was just so for me. So I think after coming off of 3, it was like, it's kind of cool to be reliving it in the order that they released too, you know? Because it's easy to be like, oh, well, people think that Brotherhood is the best one, and so play literally just that, and then be like, oh, Black Flag's also another really great one, and skip straight to it. Like, getting to experience everything in order as time goes on, and how you would have played it, say, if you had been around doing this when the games originally came out. So, yeah, I don't know. I am very happy with the game just kind of overall, and I think that they did a very, very good job at just hitting the right balance on everything. I was like, I think that the ship upgrade stuff is a little grindy, because even after hours of like running around and destroying ships and whatnot, I was like, I still wasn't anywhere close to being fully upgraded, but that's not a big deal. And I like that it kind of squares everything off, and I think if you're gonna have the game set up like this, where you, I don't know, it's a singular experience, because the next one doesn't have anything to do with Ken or Edward. But, you know, it's like, I think having it square off pretty well. Like I said, it's a whole cohesive story instead of just kind of like, I feel like 3 was just too short, or at least just too jumpy around, that we kind of just got a very unsatisfying ending, and you know. But I'm going to skip this. I see this, and then like so we might see. Oh, there's more Templar missions? Huh. Okay. Yeah, I was trying to tell me. New relic, portrait, emblem, and title unlocked multiplayer. Okay. Alright, well, I am going to call it there. This might not be the last one, because I do want to go and hack all this stuff. I want to get all the sticky notes. I want to get all the cool lore things, just because there's so much more that we haven't done. But we got that level 3 security clearance, so we should be able to now. So with that said, thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to like, subscribe, and all that fun jazz. And thank you for joining me just kind of along the way as we play through all of these even whether you're watching it now in 2025 or say you're coming back at a future time down the line and watching this from start to finish and you say binge the whole playthrough, just know that it's appreciated. I think I'm a long way away from that, but sometimes you gotta reference the future and, you know, hope to see more positives along the way. But yeah, with that said, I think we are all good. So next episode we'll probably be just cleaning up some of the extra lore bits and whatnot, just as a little bonus, and then we'll be picking up with Assassin's Creed Rogue, where we finally get to play as the assassin hunter and maybe get a little bit more insight to the Templars. So again, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.